I'm Dennis Dussin. I'm the owner of Alps Welding. We are a custom fabricator of industrial process equipment. We build equipment for oil refineries, chemical plants. We build a lot of clean tech equipment as well. So they're mostly pressure vessels, heat exchangers, stacks, that kind of custom engineered, custom designed metal fabricated equipment. Change management was probably the biggest part of the project and maybe the most surprising. We had looked at ERP systems and we looked at the problems we were trying to solve in our business without really realizing that the biggest element of an ERP implementation would be that change management piece. In the end, I think it was the biggest challenge for us and the thing that we had to spend the most time working on. When we started the implementation with Success, they introduced us to a really valuable change management tool and a change management framework. And one of the things that I think Success did really well was running that implementation process and helping us work through the change management. So we found that we had to map out all the processes of how everybody did their job, but there were going to be changes in the process as a result of using the ERP system, which changed the nature of people's jobs to some extent. So we had to manage that change. We had to manage people's, really a change to our approach to the business in a lot of ways. And implementing the ERP system really transformed our company in a lot of ways and changed the culture in a fundamental way, changed the way we communicate, it changed the things that people could see in the business. People are now able to see a lot more about projects and costs and where material is. So it really changed people's jobs on a day-to-day basis. So that was a challenge. There was definitely some resistance. There's always some fear of change. So walking people through that process was difficult and was challenging. And I think something that as a leader in the organization, I probably struggled with the most. I had an idea of what I wanted the ERP system to do, but in order to really get it implemented properly, I had to have everybody be engaged, I had to have everybody involved in the process. So I really had to walk a fine line between allowing people to contribute to how the ERP was going to be implemented and how the processes were going to run, and I also had to be directive to keep the process moving forward and to be able to push decisions and make certain decisions happen. So change management was a huge part, the biggest part probably of the project, and Success helped us a lot to navigate that. I would recommend Epicor and Success to other manufacturers, and I do. I regularly speak with many manufacturers, and I'm always interested to hear what their experience is with ERP and what works for them and what doesn't work for them, and I hear a wide variety of stories about different software packages, and I find myself recommending Epicor quite often. It is flexible, so I think it fits a lot of different businesses, it fits a lot of different processes. One of the things that was important to us was there were certain parts of our process that we wanted to maintain and we thought were really important to us, and we found that Epicor had the flexibility to allow us to maintain those systems. So I recommend Epicor regularly, and I recommend Success as well, especially when people tell me that they've heard that ERP projects go over time and over budget. I'm always happy to recommend Success and say we did a project with them and our implementation was on time and on budget. And I think at the end of the day, that's the biggest recommendation that you can make in an ERP vendor.